Yes, yes, yes. Three goals to two. It ended 3 goals to 2, my dear friend. Welcome to the channel. We have been watching the game closely. In fact, this is a game that I could not sit down to watch. I was on my feet throughout. The first 45 minutes was, my goodness. I just couldn't hold myself. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't. Chelsea, when are we going to be playing games that we can comfortably relax, knowing that this game is for us to take? When? At the end of the first half, to be very honest with you, in my mind, the first half could have just ended. Every of our matches, if you observe carefully, you would have been thinking Chelsea could have just ended the game in the first half. Chelsea could have just ended the game in the first half. You'll be thinking, okay, this one goal, we could just manage this one goal. We could have a clean sheet throughout. But it's always the opposite of what you'll be thinking. Chelsea never had, or how do you call it, 3 points with clean sheets. First half, we got the first goal. Yes, unexpectedly, we got a first goal. That flick by, my goodness, that flick by Nicholas Jackson. This guy must be given his flower. Jackson must be given his flower. Since coming back from AFCON, he has been doing great things. He's been performing week in, week out. He's been doing his job. First season at Chelsea. This is not his second season. This is his first season. And of course, how much was his price tag? Less than 40 million pounds. He was not bought 100 million. He was not bought 50 million. He was bought 36 million pounds. Is it 36 or 32? Less than 40 million pounds. And since coming back from AFCON, he has been scoring goals in almost every match. He has been doing his job. He must be given his flower. Jackson. It's true, Cole Palmer seems to be doing most of the jobs as a man of the match even today. Cole Palmer created and he scored. Yes. But I don't want you to be overlooking Nicholas Jackson. He's been doing a great job for Chelsea. Looking at where he's coming from, and this season being his first season with Chelsea, Cole Palmer has been doing excellently well. Nicholas Jackson has been doing excellently well. Cole Palmer created and he scored. We don't forget, Cole Palmer came from City. He's been in the Premier League. He grew up in the Premier League in England. He's been in the Premier League with Manchester City, I think for over 2 seasons. He was in the Manchester City reserve team before coming to the senior team. So with him, he already had the experience of the Premier League. But Nicholas Jackson came in only recently, his first season. And personally, he has passed the expectations. What I was expecting. For a player like Nicholas Jackson, without we were criticizing, or we used to criticize, so far he had more than 10 goals. I think it's about 12 goals now this season for him. Either 11 or 12, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And hey, Ended.Great, the second half. Most of you would have thought that the second half would have collapsed as usual. As usual, Chelsea performed in the second half, nothing good will happen. Thank God for the timely change made by the coach. As a matter of fact, I predicted Sterling to start a game, but I also predicted Ended.Great to start instead of Conor Gallagher. If Ended.Great has started a game, this game would have scored more goals. You saw his runs, Ended.Great. We saw his work rate when he came in. He changed the dynamic of the game. Ended.Great is the one that came to change the game totally. He brought the game back to life. When we thought the game was almost over, the fact is that usually second half, Chelsea's game is always dead in the second half. But coming on by Ended.Great at that moment of the game, he brought the game back to life. He became the live wire of the game. So kudos to Ended.Great. He came in as a substitute and he scored an excellent goal as well. He scored an excellent goal. That is what kept us alive in the game. When we were up, when we were 2 goals up, that was when Cole Palmer scored. When we were 2 goals up, the equalizer from Newcastle, that was just an error by Augusto. That error, that back pass, that ball that he flipped back, that ball shouldn't have gone back. I believe that he will learn from it. He's been excellent. Malo Gusto has been one of our excellent players this season, but he still has a lot to learn from his games. We shouldn't be conceding cheap goals. We shouldn't be conceding, those little errors we are making. A ball that is supposed to be cleared out from our area, we will keep passing the ball back. We'll try to hold the ball back in our own area, then the opposition, the opponent, to capitalize on it, and we are still not getting it to work in defense. Our defense is still not stable. The passing from behind is still not working for us. We are still with Petrovic in goalpost. Passing from behind is still not. I think Poch needs to do something about this situation, because another team would have punished Chelsea tonight. Another great experienced team would have punished Chelsea. Looking at the way we're passing the ball from behind, sometimes we even play the ball across the goalpost. You will see Cucurella will play the ball across the goalpost through to Malo Gusto at the other end. It gets me scared. What if the opponent's attacker bounce on that ball right in front of the goal? We need to work on little details. Dear friend, in our next 3 games, our next 3 games are in the EPL, are home games. Our next 3 games that are home games, Chelsea need to take advantage and get the 3 points from there. It's rather unfortunate. I think we are still on the 11th position. Yeah, because we scored 3 goals, we conceded 4. So we scored about 45 goals and we conceded 44. That is what it means. How do you climb up the table? If we had a clean sheet tonight, maybe we would have moved to 10th position. But we are scoring, we are conceding. We cannot continue to be leaking goals. Look at teams like Arsenal, they'll score you 4 or 5 goals to 0. We need to get to that level, dear friend. The immaturity is really showing clearly. But I think it's a high time we need to work on our mindset. Defending with our lives. Trevor Chalobah in defense tonight was a bit jittery, but I will not blame him as such. I wouldn't blame him. Of course, when he came in the last 2 games or last 3 games, he had Ben Chilwell and he had, Levi Cowell beside him. So it was more stabilized. But tonight's game, he had Cucurella coming back from injury. Cucurella coming back from injury. And so we could see clearly that Cucurella is not yet match fit. Cucurella was not yet match fit. So you could see clearly the pressure was on him. But in all, dear friend, well, we got a 3 points. Pochettino, at least for once, he will go back smiling. The 3 points at Stamford Bridge. He tried to defend himself. The pressure was on him, and he realized that if he doesn't come back at the fans, if he doesn't attack the fans back, the fans will push him like how we did to Graham Potter. So his tactics over the week was to push back on the fans. All he was trying to do was to push back on the fans. Thank God tonight's game, actually delivered. In a way, the 3 points, we receive it at Stamford Bridge. He himself, I believe he will go back and he will begin to analyze the game again. Maybe we want to see improvement. If we can build on this, and this is a problem. Chelsea, we are inconsistent. We won tonight. I hope in our next game we will win again. Let's try to build on it. Consistency. And stop conceding unnecessary goals. Dear friend, this is my reaction for tonight's game. I will be back with the coach's reaction and reaction from the pundit and the players. I'll see you in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.